Hello there. Good day, good day, good day. All right. I want to talk about something pretty cool today. Not that we don't talk about cool things every time I'm here, but this one is in particular one of my most favorites. So, we're going to get into something that has been really a game changer for me when I really first came to understand it and to practice it for myself. And then as I have been sharing it with clients that I've worked with, really has been something that has brought much ease and freedom in the way of making changes and creating new habits or breaking cycles, um, really to help us to understand ourselves and the ways that we're doing things with greater neutrality and greater ease, and skipping the whole beating ourselves up and making things harder than they have to be part, right? I know I have been very guilty of that. I imagine perhaps you can relate. So this tool helps us to bypass that part and just get to the heart of the issues, the heart of the challenge, and to bring in the changes that we most desire so that we can feel the way we want to feel in a sustainable, easy way. It's a tool that's inspired by nature, and it's something that's very near and dear to my heart. So that's where we are going today. For those that need a little reminder or just like to hear it, I am Devin, and I am truly thrilled to have you here in this space and to be with you today. I am so passionate about helping people to reconnect with their own inner wisdom and the rhythms of nature to create profound healing and resilience and clarity and peace. And so the tool that I'm sharing with you today is very much in line with that. So, okay. Our life experience largely is a collection of every little choice that we've made in the past, right? Those things build and eventually create our experience inside and out of how we experience our life. And so every decision that we're making then today is influencing our present experience, and then also continuing to build on that for how I'll feel tomorrow, a year from now, etc. And so many of us feel like we are stuck in patterns and habits that don't feel good and aren't leading the leading to the results that we want in life. And so we then spend a lot of time kind of like analyzing and overthinking and like, what's the thing I'm doing? And da da da. There's a lot of like, can be a lot of internalizing and beating ourselves up. And we feel we don't know how to change, right? There's this belief. We don't know how, we don't know where to start, we don't know how to create something different. And it can be really overwhelming and kind of blinding, can kind of lead to this like tunnel vision where we have built up so much momentum around a certain way of living and being and acting. And so it's really hard to break that momentum and do something differently. And it can feel heavy, and it can feel like we just are kind of lost. Have you ever felt this way? Because I definitely have. I can't be the only one. Often, like I said, when we come to that place where we know we want to make a change, there's a lot of emotionality involved. There's shame, there's guilt, there's beating ourselves up, blaming ourselves, thinking that we should have it figured out or we should know the answer. There's overthinking, there's anxiousness, and then there's a lot of like researching and consuming all the things about how to make a change or what changes to make, and then like still not applying it. Yeah. So, what can we do? How do we get out of the cycle? Because then at the end of the day, after all of that, after all of that kind of inner turmoil, we're still doing the thing. We're still having the experience that is creating the challenge in our lives. We're still experiencing the problematic qualities. We're still feeling stressed. We're still feeling anxious. We're still feeling agitated. We're still not feeling comfortable in our bodies. We're feeling you know, bloated, heavy, unwell. So what can we do? This is where I invite you. This is the tool, all right? I invite you to lean into this principle, okay? The principle of like qualities increasing like qualities and opposite qualities bringing balance. So like increases like and opposite brings balance. All right. And it sounds like really simple. Yeah. Like if something is wet and I pour water on it, it's going to get more wet. Something is wet and I put a blow dryer on it with the warm, dry air, it's going to dry. Right? It sounds like super simple, yet its implications are profound, especially when we can apply it not just to like physical traits, but also energetic ones, emotional ones for those challenges in our lives. So, for instance, if you're feeling stressed and you choose to watch like a high intensity action movie, you're increasing that quality of stress. That movie is matching where you currently are. And so the like is going to mix with the like and create more of that quality. On the other hand, if you choose a calming activity, right? So perhaps the opposite quality of stress for you is calm. And that looks like a walk in nature. That's bringing in the opposite quality and will have a balancing and neutralizing effect to get you out of that state. And so, again, it seems simple enough, yet many of us are not consciously making choices to create the experience we most desire because, like I said, we get stuck. It starts to feed itself. This cycle creates itself. And so we might think like, oh, this actually sounds really good. I want to watch that action movie. I want to do something that's going to keep feeding this stress monster. But it's not actually making us feel better. It's just keeping it alive. It's keeping the little gremlin fed and keeping it up there. So I invite you to right now do this. We'll do this together. Think of a current challenge that you're experiencing. It could be a health challenge. It could be a challenge in your relationship, in your work, and just observe it, right? It's helpful to write this down in a journal, just observing without judgment, without explanation or justification or analysis or getting swept up in the emotions around the challenge. Just observe the qualities of the challenge. And you can look to your body, you can look to your emotions, your mind. What qualities are there? Is there anger? Is there stress, agitation, anxiousness, heaviness, dryness, lightness, wetness? Like what qualities are here? And thinking about nature, kind of getting inspired, like what qualities do I observe in nature? Because it's the same ones that are here in me. And even if, you're like, well, Devin, I'm talking about, an emotional challenge. How does wetness apply to that? I'm not talking about like something in my body, for example. Aha, this is where you can bring in those kind of more energetic qualities. So like it can be literally wet. And also, what are those kind of energetic qualities of wetness? Kind of like heavy, damp, cold. Those can also exist in our energy and in our emotions, which is, right, maybe a topic for another day. But just looking at the qualities, okay? And then bring in the opposite qualities. So what opposite qualities of these challenges would you like to be experiencing instead? If there's anger, what would you like instead? Right? The opposite of anger could be peace, right? And there's no right answer. It's whatever it is for you. So what actions bring in a sense of peace for you? Perhaps it is taking some time in silence. Maybe it's going outside. And so for those of us that have been dealing with a challenge for a long time, you may be like, oh my God, this is stupid. This isn't going to work. How is this going to help me? I invite you to, again, remember that these small steps are powerful. And so by interrupting the cycle and taking something small and sustainable to create momentum in a different direction, the direction you want to go, you're going to start to go there. That will start to be the default. That will start to be the baseline. That will start to be the new path that you habitually follow, right? Who doesn't want to habitually experience peace? Like, oh, I'm just experiencing way too much peace and joy lately, right? Like said nobody ever. So remembering small sustainable steps, going in the direction you want to go, bringing in the opposite quality, because bringing in more of that stability and that neutrality will help you to continue to bring more wholeness and more healing to your entire life, body, emotions, energy, mind, relationships. These small steps will align your life more closely with who you truly are and what you genuinely need. So share with me, I'm curious what the qualities of a current challenge are that you're experiencing, and what are the opposite qualities that you would like to bring in, and what actions evoke that quality. And by the way, it's okay if you don't know. It's okay if it's kind of still a new thing and you're like, I don't know. What does bring me a sense of peace? You can be in the place of curiosity and playfulness. So every little step brings you closer to where you most want to be. I would love to continue this conversation in the comments with you. And thank you so much for being here, for joining today. And really remember that every single choice that you make counts. And you have the power to shape much of your experience for now and for the future. So past actions don't need to dictate future results at all. So that's what I have for you. If you're looking to dive deeper into living a life more aligned with your inner spark and nature's rhythms, check out my website at innerspark.life or get in touch and we can discuss some ways to work together. Until next time, keep those conscious choices. Say that 3 times fast. And I'm sending so much love to you all. Enjoy your day.